Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like over on Prizepicks for the Week 10 Thursday Night Football game between the Ravens and the Bengals. This is a really exciting Thursday night matchup. This is probably one of the better primetime games that we've had this season. Really excited for this one. We got a high total here between two really good offenses. I think this game has a 52 or 53 total, which I believe is the highest on the Week 10 slate. So we're expected to see some offensive fireworks in this game. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch. I've got two player props for you guys that I do like over on Prizepicks for this game. We're going to talk about a prop I like on the Ravens side and then a prop I like on the Bengals side. Now, before we do talk through these plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button as well if you have not yet. And also, if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use promo code NOAH when you do sign up. And when you place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So you sign up, make a deposit. Let's say you just want to put in $10. Prizepicks will give you $50 in promo funds instantly to your account that you can then use towards additional lineups, just once you place your first lineup. And any money you win with those promo funds is credit, that you can then choose withdraw if you want to do so. But be sure to go sign up for Prizepicks if you guys don't have an account. And again, use that code NOAH. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper, and I do want to give a special shout out to Sleeper right now because as you can see on the screen to my left over here, like right beside me, Sleeper has a deposit bonus now. It's for a limited time, so it's not going to be for forever, but it's for a limited time. You can get your first deposit matched up to $1,500 over on Sleeper. So if you put in, let's say you want to put in a big deposit. I know some people can't do that, and I totally understand. But for those of you that have the bankroll to put in big deposits, you can deposit $1,500 on Sleeper if you're a new user. Now this is only for new users, but if you're a new user, if you have never tried out Sleeper and you've wanted to try out Sleeper, you can deposit $1,500, and they will give you an additional $1,500 to play with. So you'll have $3,000 in funds that you can use to play on Sleeper that you can hopefully build a bankroll with. So if you're a new user and if you have never tried out Sleeper yet and if you've wanted to make a big deposit and you've kind of waited for a good promo, well, this is the time because right now Sleeper is matching your first deposit up to $1,500 when you sign up and use promo code NOAH. So take advantage of that limited time promo for those of you that are, for those of you with bigger bankrolls. If you've wanted to make a big deposit on Sleeper, now's the time to do so. Again, use that code NOAH to get your deposit bonus. And for those of you that don't know what Sleeper is, they're a DFS pick'em site, very similar to Prizepicks. You're just picking more or less on player projections. You're building out an entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry, and you can win up to 100x your money over on Sleeper. So again, guys, go check them out. Sign up, use code NOAH. Get that deposit bonus up to $1,500 while it is available for a limited time. But let's go ahead and talk through the props that I'm liking over on Prizepicks for this game. We're going to take a look at two props, and the first one that I like is going to be a targets prop. And I like Zay Flowers for more than 7 targets. Really, really like this line on Zay Flowers. You can just kind of look at his projections across the platform and look at what he's projected for on Thursday night. He's got a receiving yards line of 61.5, which is a pretty popular play. A lot of people are taking the over on that. You can see Zay Flowers, he's had some really big games lately. He has a receptions prop of 5, so he's got a good chance of, or the sports books are projecting him for around 5 catches. His targets prop, though, is set at 7. And I think in order for Zay Flowers to go over these lines, 61.5 receiving yards, 5 receptions, 14 fantasy score, I feel like he's got a pretty good chance of getting 7 targets or more, or seeing 7 targets or more to go over those lines. Zay Flowers has been a guy that gets a lot of volume in this offense. The Ravens they historically have not been a very pass-heavy team, but this year they've been super, super efficient moving the ball down the field when they pass the ball. Lamar has been incredibly efficient as a passer this year. He's looked great as a passer. And Zay Flowers is his top target. Zay Flowers leading the team in targets so far this season. He's 11th in the NFL in terms of targets by wide receivers. So he's been getting targeted a decent amount. And you look at this season, he's had at least 7 targets in 5 out of their 9 games so far this season. One of the games he went under was not the easiest matchup against Denver. Now, he did still have 5 catches for 127 yards on 6 targets, but not a great matchup against Denver. Then he had 4 targets against Dallas. I'm pretty sure that was a game that they won easily. That was a game that I think Lamar only had Lamar only had 15 pass attempts. So one of the games where Zay Flowers went under, Lamar only had 15 pass attempts. Then he went under against Buffalo, and in that game, the Ravens won by 25. Lamar only had 18 pass attempts. And then against Tampa Bay, he had just one target. I want to say that might have been a game that he got injured. Honestly, I can't remember. I was very, very surprising to see Zay Flowers only get one target in a game. Don't know what happened there. But, I mean, two of the games where Zay Flowers didn't get 7 targets this season were games where Lamar only had 15 and 18 pass attempts. You look at Lamar's pass attempts line for Thursday night, and that line is set at 29. So we can project Lamar for about 28, 29, 30 pass attempts here. And if he's going to throw the ball close to 30 times, I feel pretty confident about Zay Flowers getting 7 targets there, getting 7 of those targets. Again, he's been his top target all season. Mark Andrews has not been that same target monster that he has been in previous years. Mark Andrews not seeing as much volume on a weekly basis. He's only been averaging about like 3 to 4 targets per game. It's been Zay Flowers that has kind of been dominating the volume in this offense. And I know the Ravens went out and got Deontay Johnson, but Deontay Johnson did not play much last week. He only played 17 snaps. It's a short week, so it's hard to really say if Deontay Johnson's going to be more involved this week. You can look at Deontay Johnson's projections. The sportsbooks don't think Deontay Johnson is going to have much of a role because he only has a 23.5 receiving yards line, 2 receptions, 6 fantasy score, 3.5 targets. Like, he's got low lines here. So I don't think Deontay Johnson is going to see a huge bump in his role on a short week. So I think we can still expect Zay Flowers to dominate the target share in this offense, lead this team in target share most weeks. And in a game where Lamar has a 29 pass attempts line, in a game that has shootout potential, I like our chances of getting 7 targets for Zay Flowers. And looking at Underdog, they have targets projections. They have their targets line on Zay Flowers set at 8.5. We're getting his line at 7 on Prizepicks. I feel like 8.5 is more of a correct line than 7. I think the line should probably be like 8, but we're getting it at 7 on Prizepicks. I like the over here for 7 targets for Zay Flowers. And for what it's worth, these teams have already played once this season. They played back in week 5, and Zay Flowers got 12 targets against Cincinnati, had a huge game, 12 targets, 7 catches for 111 yards. So I think we got a good chance at getting at least 7 targets here for Zay Flowers. Don't know if we're going to get 12 like we did last time we played Cincinnati, but I like our chances of getting at least 7. So that'll be our first prop for Thursday night. And then the other prop that I like is a receptions prop, and I like Chase Brown for more than 3.5 receptions. So Chase Brown took on a really big role last week in the absence of Zach Moss. He got a career high 5 targets, career high 5 receptions last game. And you look at this season, Chase Brown has consistently been getting like 2 to 3 targets a game this season, and that's with him being the backup running back. Well, now without Zach Moss, who I believe is out for the season, without Zach Moss, Chase Brown's going to be the starter for the rest of the season. Now, the Bengals did go out and get Khalil Herbert. We'll have to see if Khalil Herbert is going to have much of a role Thursday night. Like, we don't really know. I mean, he just signed with the team. If anything, I think Khalil Herbert's just going to kind of be the backup now to Chase Brown. He's pretty much going to take the role that Travion Williams had. Last week, Travion Williams, I don't even think he got a carry. He just played. He played 7 snaps last week, but he didn't get any touches. Maybe Khalil Herbert comes in and plays like 10, 15 snaps, but I don't expect him to take much of Chase Brown's role. I think Chase Brown has really secured himself into a big role right now, especially with how well he played last week. I mean, he was great last week, ran for 100, I think he ran for 150 or 120 yards, and then he had 5 catches for 37 yards. But Chase Brown has historically been a good pass-catching running back. He's been a guy that, again, has been getting like 2 to 3 targets a game as the backup. Well, now you're going to see him on the field a lot more. Last week he played 80% of the snaps. Even in a game script where the Bengals get behind, Chase Brown should still be out there running routes and catching passes. And this does set up a game script where the Bengals are probably going to be playing from behind. They're going on the road to face a really good Ravens team and a really good Ravens defense. They're 6-point underdogs. So if we project Joe Burrow to have a good amount of pass attempts here, which you look at his pass attempts line, it's set at 36. Obviously, the sports books are expecting Joe Burrow to be throwing the ball a lot here. It's a matchup against Baltimore that you kind of have to throw the ball. Baltimore has been a very, very tough team to run on this season. The way you beat the Ravens is through the air. And obviously, the sports books are kind of expecting the Bengals to lean on that because they've got Joe Burrow at a 36 pass attempts line. If we're going to get 36 pass attempts from Joe Burrow, I think we got a pretty good chance of Chase Brown getting 4 or 5 targets and hauling in those for 4 receptions. again, the Ravens, they've been a very tough team to run on, but they've been a team you can beat through the air. And if you look at what they have allowed to running backs in the receiving game, they're top 10 in receptions, targets, and receiving yards allowed to opposing running backs. So pass-catching running backs have had a lot of success against the Ravens this year. Chase Brown is a pass-catching running back. He's a guy that has historically been a good pass catcher, and his role right now is going to be really good. With Zach Moss out, he's going to be on the field for probably 75 to 80% of the snaps. Even in a game script where the Bengals get behind and they're forced to throw a lot, you're still going to see Chase Brown on the field, running routes, catching those passes. And Joe Burrow's a quarterback that he'll check it down to his running back plenty. So like that play a lot. Chase Brown, more than 3.5 receptions. And I was looking at sportsbook odds. DraftKings Sportsbook, they have that prop juiced at minus 135, favoring the over. So sportsbook odds are pretty heavily favoring the over on this Chase Brown's receptions prop. On Prizepicks, you don't have to lay that juice. Everything pays out the same. Doesn't matter if I take the over or the under on this Chase Brown prop, it still pays out 3x. So if you can find props that are heavily juiced one way or the other, and you can play those on Prizepicks, that's usually going to be a good bet to take, because again, you don't have to lay that juice on Prizepicks with these type of props. So that's what I'm liking, guys, is our two props for Thursday Night Football. We're going to take Zay Flowers for more than 7 targets and Chase Brown for more than 3.5 receptions. So if you guys are going to be tailing me on these two plays, let's try and hit both these plays Thursday night. Let's try and make some money on this slate. Again, guys, I appreciate you watching these Prizepicks videos, supporting the Prizepicks content. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below if you did enjoy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, if you guys are new to Prizepicks and if you don't have a Prizepicks account, be sure to sign up, use promo code NOAH. And when you place your first lineup over on Prizepicks, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account as long as you sign up with code NOAH. But yeah, guys, good luck. Thanks for watching as always. We'll see you in the next video.